Hello judges, my name is Dante Marisi, the Research and Communication Specialist. My name is Connor Warren, the Engineering Design Specialist.
My name is Dan Mioch, the Programming Arts Specialist.
We are from Howell Township Middle School South, and
Today we're presenting to you Safe Bus Plus. It's no secret that school bus safety is a controversial topic among the 25 million Americans that take the bus to and from school each day. In New Jersey alone, the past year, there was 8 fatal bus crash incidents, including the fatal incident on Interstate 80 last May.
most will conclude that school bus transportation is the safest, but this isn't always the case. For example, last year alone, there was 11 school bus-related fatalities. This doesn't include the many undocumented injuries. Around the state and nation, school districts and bus companies are yearning for a new solution to prevent bus accidents from resulting in injury or even death. But it's also a fact that most students often forget to buckle up and sit properly on the bus. But with Safe Bus Plus, these issues would be resolved.
Safe Bus Plus is a school bus safety system that utilizes a series of feedback sensors processing inputs and outputs to keep the students properly seated on the bus. Our idea is to install a weight detection pressure sensor under each seat in the bus, combined with a tension sensor in the seatbelt to detect that the students have their seatbelts on. A main monitor will be installed in the dashboard of every bus, in which the bus driver can receive alerts of unbuckled, misbehaving students. All this information will be recorded and demonstrated through a programming logical controller, also known as a PLC.
More specifically, the installed main monitor in the dashboard of each bus will receive signals from the triggered sensors. A green seat will indicate that a student is sitting and is buckled. A red seat and an audio cue will indicate that a student is either unbuckled or is sitting at an inappropriate time. The audio cue will indicate and prevent from constant screen checking. In the basic construction of our model, we've created a parallel circuit that contains the vital sensors, switches, and voltage, as seen in our schematic. In the production of our innovation, we will utilize the bus's energy so that no additional energy is to be created nor wasted. This similar concept will be further developed into the production of our product.
Safe Bus Plus would revolutionize bus safety. In a sense, the bus driver would virtually know if a student decided to stand up or unbuckle at an inappropriate time. This information would be very useful and could be tracked back to accidents and crashes, and could also be used as a course of disciplinary action of a student.
Our innovation includes areas of both green engineering and sustainability and design. Since Safe Bus Plus is a PLC-based unit, adding more features and wasting excess material is restricted due to its multitaskability. When our sensors and electronics are created, we will make sure to include material usage and high energy efficiency within mind in order to promote the environment and sustainability factor of our product. Not only could our system control the issue of students getting on and off the bus, but also staying buckled on the bus. In our hometown of Howell alone, this is actually a real fact, a bus emergency occurred where a student was left on the bus after a day of school, and leaving the student in there in an empty bus after the day. Future additions to our innovation could include seat tracking and student identification, and the possibilities with our idea of innovation are endless and will prevent accidents and save lives.
Our product will be sold to major bus manufacturers and school districts. During the installation process, our system will be retrofitted in each of the bus. Our team of electrical and mechanical engineers will install the system after the bus has been made.
The estimated cost of a 60-seat school bus is about $1,250, and a 25-seat van being about $750, both a reasonable price for this system. The price may also vary depending on the quantity of systems installed and/or the labor costs. The first step of concept implementation involved research and preparation. We divide into student teams, each in charge of various functions of the engineering design process. Our procurement team will be in charge of contacting sources and research for the construction of a fully functioning prototype on a bus. Our electronics specialist team is required to identify the required sensors, develop a more developed circuit schematic, and draft the CAD blueprint of sensor integration and placement. These results can be seen in our engineering journal.
We will use marketing and networking procedures in order to introduce Safe Bus Plus to the public. So far, we have already funded $600.
We have contacted Jay's Bus Services and Siemens busing companies, introducing our idea to their bus safety experts. Both of the experts provided positive feedback and recommendations, stating that innovation is both profitable and practical. All in all, it is clear to see that our children's safety is no accident, and that is the common goal of Safe Bus Plus. Our advanced restraint mechanism combines steam and safety in order to improve our daily lives. Our innovation will not only improve your bus riding experience, but potentially save the lives of innocent children and bus drivers.
The future of bus safety is now.
This is Safe Bus Plus.
All right, thank you guys. Way to kick off our last presentation of the competition. This is great, guys. This opens up the judging panel for questions. Would anyone like to begin?
First, I just want to acknowledge it seems you weren't able to show get the slides
It
to
was a
advance.
technical difficulty.
Yeah, I'm
No,
sorry.
what exactly happened?
Well, I think you did an excellent job of explaining, and I think your backup binder was a great idea because you always have to have that plan B.
Yeah,
when you don't know.
correct.
I also appreciate, as a former middle school principal who could never get kids to sit down and buckle up, the ability to see on a panel that everybody's ready, because as soon as the driver walks down and walks back, then all it takes is a second to unbuckle.
Yeah.
I also really appreciate the second use that, if you hadn't brought it up, I was going to suggest, which is the child left behind on the bus, because some children are non-communicative, and we have, I'm aware of also problems that are really very serious that a student could be left on the bus. So one of the avenues to really gain a leverage point to prompt manufacturers to include this kind of feature, maybe through legislation, because when legislation changes, like it has on the trains in New York to require that braking system, then everyone would have to do it, and that would really be helpful.
Thank you. No, this is one of a kind idea. There's no bus safety systems current, especially at least in our hometown. In our research, we found nothing.
And there's even some states where it's not even required to have seatbelts on a bus.
Have you discussed that with the school board at your school?
You're at the right place to do that.
Yeah.
So, we didn't really contact our school board, but as we said, we contacted direct busing companies, which is actually a very good source, especially for this idea. And they both did say that if we could come out with a reasonable idea, that it can be very effective for the bus companies. So. And when we walked in, we kind of noticed that there was a major bus manufacturing company here. So on our way out, we're definitely going to stop there and see what they say about it.
Well, one of us will have to walk over with you then. Say some good words, because you guys did an incredibly thorough job with this. I mean, you even wrote logic for the electrical components, and that's impressive. Did anyone help you writing the logic and the diagram for it?
There's a little bit. There was some help.
I mean, yeah, that's fine, but it's really good to see that you guys are getting on top of that. And it looks like you have a prototype up there.
Yeah, so basically, we constructed it, we made a wooden frame, we went to Michael's, we got the supplies for the exterior. So basically we got just simple switch sensors and applied it so that it will actually read when the system is going to be on and off.
Will it turn on a light? Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So this is just a basic concept of what's going to be seen on the main monitor.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was just thinking, you couldn't have been at a better place to present this, because I wish I could just call over all the board officials and just get them in front of you. Because this deserves funding.
And we actually
Where are you? Where's the money? Okay, that guy, he has the money. We want to go to him afterwards. All right, good.
And also, as we said in our presentation, we already have some funding. Our science teacher made a donor's choice, and we actually raised over $600 for supplies for documentation and for further building into actual working prototype.
Wow. So what's next? What are you going to do next?
Probably install a system into one of our own district buses.
Yeah, that'd be the next step.
see if it works on a full scale of a bus.
Would you guys think like ahead to like some sort of like central monitoring? So like the bus dispatches, maybe not necessarily for the seat belts and all that, but where they can actually see like, okay, everybody's in compliance on the bus, and you know, when a bus gets brought back into the yard, nobody's on it. So just in case the driver misses that.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about before with how we can track it back to accidents. It can also be used to just see, is everyone on the bus, is everyone getting off the bus? Maybe all the information will be stored in one place.
Is it possible for students to, is it possible, because sometimes in our best efforts to protect students, they kind of do like a little scamorama ding dong thing where they like buckle it, but it's behind them, so that they're sitting on the seat and it's buckled. Is there a way to get over?
So for the issue of, we actually encountered one issue with backpacks, the weight, we could easily program the seat sensor to go to a certain weight, and we could change it for high school. And also, with the problem with students sitting on the seat belt, that could also be very, I would say, uncomfortable.
Yeah. And it's the tension sensor in the seatbelt, so there'd have to be a certain amount of tension applied to
Thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to close off the competition. Thank you guys for a wonderful end to it.
Thank you.
We're here at the finals of the Steam Take Challenge at NJAA's conference. I'm here with students from the Howell Township Middle School, South, and they have Safe Bus Plus. I'll have them explain that in a minute, but first I'll have them introduce themselves.
I'm Dante Marisi, and I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Dan Mihoj, and I'm also in 8th grade.
And I'm Connor Moore, and I'm also in 8th grade.
And like the other groups here, I guess you started this in 7th grade.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to explain what Safe Bus Plus briefly is?
Okay, so Safe Bus Plus is basically, it combines a series of sensors to detect if a student is sitting properly on the bus, and then this information would be displayed on a main monitor in the front of the bus, so the bus driver would virtually know whenever a student decides to stand or unbuckle at an appropriate time.
Now, who came up with this idea, and how did it come to you guys?
So we were actually doing this other contest called the Samsung contest, and we had to think of something to do with safety in our township. And we started looking stuff up, and we found the problem with a student who was left on a bus. So, and then also that was a time where most of the bus crashes started happening. So we decided to think of some idea that would prevent that and prevent most of the injuries from that.
Now, I saw your presentation. You guys put a lot of time and effort into this. You had to spend a lot of extra time doing this. This wasn't just done during the school day. How did you approach it?
So we met at Dante's house quite a few times over the summer and just on weekends and after school. And we would work on our project, and we would practice our script, and we would just memorize it, run through it.
And did you have fun doing this project, though? It seemed like I saw you guys give your presentation. You were having some fun, too. And how did you feel? There were 400 entries into this to make it to the finals. How did you feel, and how did you find out? Who wants to?
So we felt that we did really well, despite the fact that our during the presentation our PowerPoint actually malfunctioned and we couldn't present the slides. But we still did a really good job of presenting. The judges still said that we didn't even need the presentation; that it was such a good presentation.
Okay, and that's the students with the Safe Bus Plus from Howell Township Middle School.